Good morning. I was I was looking over my 401k papers and I read something on there that I found to be interesting. I don't have it memorized and I left the papers in the house, but it said something like while reviewing your your employer benefits, you should think about putting more money into your 401k because this could greatly retire the amount of money you have during retirement. And I was sitting thinking, yeah, I could do that, or I could keep going the route I'm going with my rental properties and build $1 million business in 5 years. I think that'd make a way bigger impact on how much money I have in my retirement. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about. I don't really know what I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about this, man. $1 million business in 5 years. That's insane. If you'd asked me 10 years ago if I ever thought I'd be a millionaire, I'd say no, it never happened. And now I'm 23 months, I think. 23 months away from owning $1 million business. Main thing to remember, man, if I can do it, you can do it too. Anybody can do it. It ain't easy. But if it was easy, anybody would do it. But I mean, it's a whole lot easier than some other stuff. It took me, let's see, this is October 2020. It took me 19 years to get where I am and at my job, you know. I mean, and I do good there, you know. I make good money. My wife, she makes good money where she works, but it took me 19 years to get there, and it's going to take me 5 to replace that income. I mean, you know, $1 million business, that's all I'm doing is replacing my income. Once a business is worth about $2 million, then, you know, me and my wife's income both are replaced. So it took me 25 months to build a business to just over $500,000. You know, and I mean, it's not, when I say $500,000, I mean I own $500,000 worth of property, but it's, you know, I still have bank loans on every one of them, so I'm not really a millionaire. I just have the, you know, I'm not really a half of a millionaire, I guess you'd say at this point, but I do have the property. But yeah, anyway, like I said, it took me 19 years to get to where I am, and it's going to take me 5 years to knock that income out, just to completely replace that income, doing my own thing. And I'm not dogging the company I work for. I really like the company I work for. But it's just something to think about. I mean, if it takes you 20 years to do it one way, or 5 to do it the other, the 5's better. And on top of that, with a 5, you don't stop at 5. You keep going, you keep growing, you keep banging it out. I mean, if I'd have spent 19 years doing this, you know, I didn't know anything about it. I knew a little bit, but not enough to actually hop into it. But if I'd have spent 19 years to do this, I'd be making 4 times as much money as what I make working, you know. And it's that build up, you know, the little extra here and there, that, you know, the little, I buy a house and I make cash flow $300 a month, and $300 doesn't sound like a lot when you're investing, you know, $15,000. But you figure if you do it, you invest $15,000, now you got an extra $300 a month. Then in 12 months, that $15,000, you know, that you put into that house, you got $15,000 plus a little extra equity. You know, if you found a deal, principal pay down, all that good stuff. Put a lien against that house, and now you're making another $200. So now you're making $500 a month off of that $15,000 investment. So what's that? 500 a month, $6,000 a year. So 2.5 years, you're getting your $15,000 back. You know, if you look at it like that, you know, you keep on chunking and keep on adding, you build it up, and the build up is very important. But let me tell you what the most important part is. That first one. You got to get that first one, man. And if you're scared, don't be scared. It's nothing to be scared of. It's just a it's a career change without changing your career. You know, you're just adding a little extra to yourself, adding a little extra to your income. And if you're wondering, you know, how do I get the money to you know, to put that 20% down on the first one, find it. It doesn't matter how you find it, man. You gotta find it. See if you can take out a 401k loan, refinance your house, do whatever you have to do. You know, you're gonna have to put in the extra hours. If they offer you overtime, take the overtime. But yeah, get the money, pay the 20% down. Be one of the best things you ever do. But you got to get that first one, get started, chunk on through it. You know, and different people with different, you know, strategies on this. Some people will put the 20% down. They'll go in, they'll remodel the house. That's what I did with the other one. I remodeled it, and then they'll refinance the house for whatever 80% of the value of it is. So let's say they bought a $60,000 house, paid $15,000 down, put a bunch of work and a bunch of money into it, and now it's a $100,000 house. So they refinanced the house for $80,000, and they're left with $20,000 in hand, you know, and that makes a down payment on the next. And it's a good strategy. It's a fast strategy if that's the way you choose to do it. I don't do it that way because I like low mortgages. You know, like I say, let's say this house beside of me, if I paid $16,000 and I put a bunch of work into it, and I increased the value to $100,000, I don't want to change what that mortgage is. You know, I want that mortgage to still stay a $60,000 mortgage. If it's $800, if it's an $80,000 mortgage, and my payments go up, and in my mind, I'm losing cash flow. But you know, I keep that low, and after 12 months, I'll put a lien on this house. I'll find me another property, another deal, and put a lien against that one. Get the next house with no money down, and you know, as long as I can cash flow a couple $100 a month off of one I ain't got no money in. I mean, you know, you can't calculate the numbers on that, so you just calculate it back with the original $15,000, and at that point, you're doing like 50% ROI, or something like, you know, around 50%. You know, so I don't know, just some things to think about. Like, subscribe, and share. I hope this video helped. It's just pretty much me rambling, and I think that's what I'm gonna make the title of, is me rambling about rental properties. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Be good.